Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gaming with Blockchain. I'm your host, Aminu, and we are off. This is going to be another week of highlights, what's going on in the scenes of a few blockchain games, and thinking about moving forward for the month of July. We're just kicking off July right now. We're into the peak days of summer. Great sunshine. Hope everyone's staying safe, keeping your distance, but enjoying the weather, getting outside, going for a swim, doing whatever you need to do to be outdoors and soak up the sun while you're playing the games. Of course, you got to be inside playing. Take a bit break. You do those types of things in and out. But right now, I'm in Chicago. I took the Hyperloop earlier just to get access to a particular property I wanted to purchase because everyone was all over the place, and I said, okay, well, I've taken a train, I've taken a plane, but I have not tried the Hyperloop. I know my partner, Gail, 45 up, um, my partner in this whole series of things, basically a family member, she has taken it and she said it wasn't too bad. Cut the time in half, and I believe, yeah, because I believe taking a train is about 14 minutes. The Hyperloop took about 6. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take it to head back right now to Cleveland. I served the purpose I needed to serve, and now I'm just going to head back to Cleveland, and you can watch it as we discuss other things going on. So I'm going to send my Explorer over, and oh yes, the nice 2FSA code, because that's important. There we go. And off I go. I'm gonna book my ride, and let's see where we're heading. And you'll see it doesn't take long at all. It's a little more expensive than the train itself for obvious reasons, but it's a simple ride. Let the animation do its thing. And you'll see it'll be off. You'll see basically, like I said, 6 minutes at the most. Not bad at all. Okay, so what's been going on? Upland has been preparing for some launches. Let's first get the things going out. If you're non-American or American, this is the long weekend coming up for the Americans, July 4th. They'll be doing a celebration come this coming Sunday, and that will be the fact for everybody to earn some more UPX and do the fireworks. Um, of course, this is not what I need. Continue with the fireworks. Challenge for the Piñata drops within, let's see how many cities? 5 cities. And of course, try to do the formation. Now, if you remembered before, they had what was called the football series, and you had to do kind of formation in football series. Now they're going to be doing something similar in this kind of reward or celebration, and it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Depending on the timeline that everyone can fulfill. Um, it will be interesting to watch or interesting to play if that is your type of thing. Um, but here are the chances of these rewards. An important thing, everything everyone's going to be going after, it's a spark. Spark is, like as I had said before, it is the currency needed to create your builds in the game. If And they're determined by basically time or labor requirements, and you'll see those in a moment as we display a few. So I think this is going to be something that's going to be really, really something a few people are going to try, especially if you're familiar with the treasure hunts. If this is your type of thing to go after, it will be worthwhile to try. And these are all the kind of breakdowns and the different time slots that each, depending where you are, you don't have to go to a particular city. This is all spread out across the playing board right now. So it's not a matter of being stuck in one place and then worrying to have to get a ticket and fly out. So that's what's going on there, and that's the week happening this coming Sunday. So the next thing is happening as well, and we'll just go back to the main page, is if you're a 3D modeler, it's your chance to participate in a contest. Now you would have to, oh, why does that keep happening? You would have to connect with, let's say, a property owner within the game, but I think this is fantastic. This is another way for the game to implement ways for players to design their own eventually. Like, this is, again, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is nothing that's going to be in place, the blink of an eye. But this is at least provides a way for new expansions on the models, because we'll get to the models later on. These are being added features and allowing the designers, because remember, the team can't design all the models and every model that everyone thinks of. So you need to have outside sources to help with the flux of demand. There's so much properties, there's so many different styles that people want to implement. This is another way in which to bring on more resources to offset the demand, and then it's on the players to do it. Like, okay, if you fit this particular threshold and you fit this particular guidelines, then you can build these models accordingly. But that's coming. So this is a great thing if you're a 3D modeler. I definitely suggest reaching out and getting ready to kind of participate in this contest, and see where it goes from there. So what's our next thing? Next thing now are the luxury homes. This is the new models that have been introduced for the large lots, the large parcels. And so you have the ranch home and the modern home. And they've been used. They will be part of the competition that's happening right now, which you will see here, the West Coast luxury home, which is now both west and east. That's been updated. There are competitions within the neighborhoods that are trying to, again, have even distribution of Spark rewards. Spark, again, that ever important currency. This is something that's now being devised in terms of the top rewards for the neighborhoods that win. And again, this will be broken down to, I think, the second decimal place or third decimal place in what can be achieved. They had a sale last week in Spark if anyone wanted to buy Spark, so you can see the value of what one Spark is at 460 US dollars. There was only a maximum of 25 and so forth in the breakdown moving forward. So these are the things that are going on in Upland right now, in terms of structure, in terms of how to rebuild the world, right? That's the whole point. So I'm going to be disembarking soon, but let's now go into some of the neighborhoods that are about to, or I should say, part of this challenge right now. And I'll show you where I am with terms of my Spark. I've maxed out my Spark. I've distributed in various builds, and some of them not part of the competition themselves. Others that are part of the neighborhood that I'm looking to build up as well. So we know that there's a few neighborhoods looking to compete aggressively in some ways, and we'll see how that all fares out. So we have Tarpey, and let's get a general idea just so you can see what the builds have been like overall. And let's find some luxury builds. So we have the standard builds here, and you've probably seen those before, but let's find our luxury build in place. Okay, thought this area would be one of the tops, but we're not seeing it. So let's go to another one at the moment. Whoops. Or better yet, let's see if I can find a specific address. And then we'll do that and see if we can showcase some of the areas. Okay. Oops, 315. And sometimes this does get a glitch, and I'm not sure why that still happens. Like you would have to put it in more than once. Oh, that didn't work. See. Let's see how this one fares out. There we go. So we have two front and back. Just kind of give you a little 3D here, and then we even have one in the further back area. And if you click on them, you'll be able to kind of gauge what their build process has been like in terms of what they've been able to receive. And so you see it's 3,000 hours, so approximately translates to 44 days and 4 hours. If I can't contribute because I don't have any more Spark available, but here you can see where the changes are. So they're going to finish in 4 days. Now this competition ends, I believe, on the July 10th. So it gives a little bit more time for everyone to kind of push for extra Spark if need be. Now, from what I understand, it doesn't mean that the properties have to be actually finished. These are just how much has been contributed to the project, to the competition itself. So you can see how all these larger properties now will have a bigger format into their style, and it will be interesting what they will look like in terms of their color configurations as well. Even though physically they may look exactly the same, but they may have a different color schemes and everything else. And that's what's going to be one of the layers moving forward. Is going to be interesting as the project changes. So you can see this is what's going on in the whole, in all the neighborhoods that are part of the competition. You can see the larger builds. Anyone who wants to start the builds, they're doing so at this moment. Oh, we have one that seems to have been complete. Let's zoom in here and see how their structure is. And you can see how they've done their layout a bit differently. So again, as you can imagine, what's going to happen once other decor areas are added, trees and everything else that's implemented and part of the layout, or part of basically the parcel space of itself. So there's a lot of little things going on. Like as I said, part of it's in the background, between the teams, between the communities, between the players, and then there's stuff that you're doing actively in the game as these things start to launch off. So if you're part of Upland and you're not part of Upland and you're still kind of trying to figure it all out, definitely DM me, send me a message, definitely contact and reach out. I'll try to explain as much as I can. I've started to post some links on the Facebook forum in terms of information guides. Some people are still not too sure what's going on, but with all this information and gradual information and review previous videos, you'll see some of the trends that's moving forward. So like I said, these are all little highlights, all tidbits. I've, like I said, maxed out my Spark, so I've already contributed to all the players that I can. I just recently made a purchase. I'm going to be making an offer on a particular property soon, so hopefully they accept it. And then we'll see what happens in terms of if I'm going to even try to build or find an artist who would be interested in participating in the contest for a build. So until next time, continue to follow and share. Thanks for your reviews. Thanks for your comments. Hope to see you in the world of Upland at some point building. See ya.